Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about.
Well, Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she says she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints, I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't, because I respected her wishes. She's a liar.
What if I told you a $100 million empire just got derailed by a 32-second video? And that behind the scandal might be a hit job orchestrated from Hollywood's darkest corners? Welcome to the wildest takedown the internet has ever seen, featuring leaked tapes, billion-dollar betrayals, and a man once protected by the elite, now left to burn. Stick around, because this story, it's not just about Shannon Sharpe, it's about the machine behind him. You've seen the headlines. You've heard the whispers. But here's the unfiltered truth. Shannon Sharpe is caught in the kind of storm that ruins legacies. And the twist, it may have been building for years. We're talking lawsuits, leaked texts, viral audio, and a $50 million accusation that's exploding into something way bigger than one man's downfall. So buckle up, because once we peel back the layers, what's underneath might just make you question everything about power, fame, and what it really costs to stay on top. It started with a bang. DL Hughley came out swinging, accusing Shannon not just of selling out, but of selling his soul. DL claims Shannon made a dirty deal with Hollywood's gatekeepers to get ahead, and now the bill's due. And DL, he's not just ranting. He's dropping warnings like breadcrumbs, saying Shannon's fall is no accident, it's the price of playing puppet for the wrong masters. But then it gets darker, way darker. Enter Gabriela Zuniga, aka Gabby, a 19-year-old at the time, claiming she was manipulated and violated by Shannon. And here's the kicker, she's not just accusing him, she's suing him for $50 million. What started as steamy texts turned into a wildfire of allegations, legal chaos, and a sex tape that may or may not be part of a full 10-minute video. And guess what? Shannon says the public's only seen the chopped up part. The 32 seconds meant to make him look like a monster. He's begging, release the whole thing. But they won't, which has the internet screaming, what are they hiding?
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Insiders are whispering about blackmail vaults, secret collections of tapes used to control celebrities.
But I got another question for Gabriela Zuniga. Gabriela, So Shannon Sharpe was abusing you for 2 years, but you followed him from one state to the next. He sexually assaulted you, allegedly. You don't call the police. And then 2 to 3 months later, Art, in January of 2025, he comes to your home bearing birthday gifts and Christmas gifts. He comes to your home bearing birthday gifts and Christmas gifts, and you telling me that this man who just SA'd you 2-3 months ago, you're going to let him back in your house for some Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, and according to her, he SA'd her a second time. Nobody on the planet Earth is going to convince me that a black man, celebrity, multi-millionaire, SA'd a 19-year-old. She don't call the police. 3 months later, she lets him back into the house because he has birthday gifts and Christmas gifts, and he SA's her again, Art, and she still doesn't call the police. Gabriella Zuniga, I got another question for you, young lady.
Allegedly powerful figures like Diddy used to keep these. You mess up, one video and poof, career over. Now people are wondering, is Shannon caught in the same trap? Was this scandal dropped on purpose, just as he was about to sign a $100 million podcast deal? Because timing never lies. Here's where things get sketchy. Before the lawsuit dropped, Shannon's team offered Gabby a $10 million settlement, quietly. No court, no drama. But then, she walked away. Why? Why reject life-changing money, unless you know something bigger is coming? Unless someone told you to hold out. Some are saying this isn't just a personal case anymore, it's a hit, a coordinated takedown. And Shannon might just be the first domino. The audio leaks didn't help. In one, Shannon allegedly threatens Gabby. In another, he says he'll do it in public. Are they real? Are they twisted? Doesn't matter. They went viral.
Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
And Gabby's lawyer says more tapes are coming. So while Shannon's team scrambles to play defense, the court of public opinion is already halfway through the trial. And the verdict? Not looking good. DL's been warning him for years. Stop chasing validation from people who don't respect you. He called Shannon's podcast a circus, said Club Shay Shay turned from a platform into a trap.
Initially, I was going to do it, and it kept my schedule. It just didn't work out, but I'm glad I didn't. I thought it got to be too messy, and I said it out loud. I think for a while, Club Shay Shay was like Wendy Williams with a weight set. Like, man, this dude. I mean, it was messy. The reason that those people went on Club Shay Shay in its first iteration before it became successful, it's because we saw what he did, and the reason I was going to go on it is because we saw what Skip did to him. I said any number of things about the way Skip sunned him.
Is that when he said, put your glasses back on or something like that?
That was so horrible to me that I think a lot of people were determined to help this black man be successful because of what had happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
And to kind of curate all that bull and have that place that they worked so hard for you to have so you would have your own space be just an amalgamation and curate all the bull that is happening in our community seemed insulting to me.
Right. And we're talking about, man, some of the same people that rallied around him to make sure
All
he was
of them.
good.
When DL said Shannon was the Wendy Williams of weightlifting, it wasn't just shade, it was a gut punch, especially because fans are starting to agree. Right before this scandal hit, Shannon was unstoppable. Massive interviews, mainstream crossover, total media domination. Now, he's radio silent. No tweets, no appearances, no Instagram flexes. And when a man like Shannon stops talking, something big is about to break. Word is his rep was seen walking out of a crisis PR firm in LA. Yeah, it's that deep. And now fans are asking, Why did ESPN pull back so fast? Why is Stephen A. Smith, one of his closest allies, completely quiet? You'd expect at least a tweet, right? Unless someone made a call and said, stay out of it. And suddenly, this feels less like a scandal and more like a setup. Here's the conspiracy circulating in backroom blogs. Gabby, not acting alone. There's talk of a third party, someone powerful, someone with reach. And this lawsuit, just the first strike. Allegedly more women are lining up, ready to drop their own claims when the timing's right. Why wait? Because they're gunning for maximum damage. Just when Shannon thinks he's safe again, boom. So, is this karma? A powerful man finally facing consequences? Or is this the cold, calculated machine of Hollywood, cleaning house and silencing someone who stepped out of line? Either way, one thing's clear. Shannon Sharpe's empire is crumbling. And what happens next might drag half of Hollywood with it. So what do you think? Is Shannon the villain or the victim? A player in a scandal? Or a pawn in a much bigger game? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button if you're here for the truth. And subscribe if you're ready for part 2. Because this rabbit hole, we've barely scratched the surface. Tap the bell. You won't want to miss what drops next.